systemic problems. All of these headlines, guys, are a distraction because the real problem in the United States is the United States dollar, the United States banking system, and the collapse of the commercial real estate market. And I'm going to show you how they're all tied together. First and most importantly, the US dollar. The US money supply is shrinking, and the investment money that's flowing into the United States is quickly flowing away from the United States, and it's going to other markets. That means the US government has to pay a boatload of money on these interest payments. It has to pay a lot for this massive debt that it is sitting on. It's unsustainable. And so the US government has an incentive right now to inflate that debt away. That's right, inflation helps them inflate all of this debt away. And the way that you inflate the debt is you weaken the US currency, which is exactly what's happening. Washington needs inflation through a weakened currency in order to afford all of these debt payments. This is the truth. This is exactly what's happening. They needed deflation before they were able to borrow at 0% interest rates, right? Now they need inflation because these interest rates are through the roof. So in other words, the US dollar is headed for collapse. Get ready. Now to the real estate piece of this puzzle. Now, between 2011 and 2022, the US dollar was all the rage. Investors from around the world wanted US dollars because interest rates were incredibly low. It created a ton of growth, right? Money poured into Silicon Valley. It poured into real estate and real estate development. You needed dollars to make these investments. We had a bull market for the US dollar. Those days are now gone. And now interest rates are so high that investors are dumping US dollars and they're dumping US commercial real estate. They can't get loans for refinances or construction. So they are leaving the United States. They're moving money into the Asian real estate markets, the European real estate markets. I mean, just walk around Europe right now. There are cranes all over Portugal. Look all around Europe. The Middle East right now. We just got back from the Middle East. Cranes all over the damn place. Huge investment money flowing into Egypt, Jordan, Saudi Arabia. That's right. Large commercial projects unfolding all over the place. So the demand for commercial real estate in the United States is plummeting while it's exploding elsewhere. And the reason this is happening is because the regional banks are going broke. They can't give out construction loans to builders. They can't refinance loans to builders. Here's billionaire Ross Perot Jr. yesterday. He sees some really big problems with regional banks and the commercial real estate construction loan market. Watch.
The key to commercial real estate today, though, will be banking. If the industry can't get a construction loan, real estate will have a recession.
And regional banks are being destroyed because U.S. dollars are flowing away from them and into money market accounts. When money flows to bonds and money market accounts, it goes away from the banks. The money supply dries up. And the Fed is having to prop up these banks right now. Just look at the amount of emergency funds and loans that the Fed is having to send to regional banks as money flows out of these regional banks. If they're going to be kept alive, the Fed is pumping all of this artificial money back into these regional banks. Just take a look here. Look back in March. Look at that. The loans were at zero. Now, after the banking crisis, the regional banking crisis, they are skyrocketing. And don't be fooled by these unemployment numbers and headlines this week. We might be avoiding a large recession by the skin of our teeth, but the US dollar is headed for a bear market, and smart money investors are starting to make smart money moves right now.